Congratulations, you did it. We're officially under contract. So now we get to go over the next steps. So I wanted to send you this quick video just to give you kind of a quick overview. Now that we are officially under contract and you have secured the home, there's going to be a few things that need to take place and some timelines and just things that you need to be aware of throughout the process. So I wanted to share with you real quick what that's going to look like. So first off, now that we are officially under contract, we are going to be working on your initial set of disclosures. That initial set of disclosures has just all kinds of paperwork in it. It's going to be several pages long. It's just stating that yes, you have taken a mortgage application, you would like to move the process one step further, which will get us into underwriting so that we can get the official loan approval and keep the process rolling smooth. So in the first set of initial disclosures, you will notice on there the loan estimate. The loan estimate should be fairly accurate at this point, but it's going to be elevated in the overall fees that show. And we do that for a couple of different reasons. Number one, we have to disclose any and all fees that might be associated with the loan. So it's usually off by, honestly, at least $1,000 or $2 in most cases at this upfront stage. If that cash to close number is scaring you a little bit, showing a little bit higher than what we had talked about, don't worry, that's normal at this stage. As we get deeper into it, you will get additional disclosures every time we make changes or we update the interest rate or we lock it in or whatever the case goes. You're gonna get a handful of disclosures along the way. Biggest thing is always make sure you're signing those so that we can continuously move the process forward and get things done fast for you. So after you've signed that initial set of disclosures, there might be additional documents we'll need you to provide. So someone from my team will be reaching out to you, more than likely call you or send you an email with the additional documents that we need. And then once it's in underwriting, that's when they're going to give us the approval. After the approval happens, there are still additional items needed. So it's going to be a lot of back and forth between going to underwriting, asking for additional documents, and then our team will be reaching out to you for those documents. So again, the quicker you can get those into us, the quicker we can get your overall loan process done. A couple other things you want to make sure you're aware of. Number one is the inspection period. If you're under contract right now, your inspection period has probably already started. You're going to want to consult with your real estate agent on how long you have to get that inspection done. Once again, the home inspection is separate from the loan process, from what we do on our end. So we actually don't want to see that inspection. We don't need a copy of the report. All we need from you is once the inspection has been completed and everything has been decided from the sellers, whether they have to provide additional credits or if they're going to make any repairs. Once all of that is squared away, that's when we can order our appraisal. Our appraisal will tell us the value of the home. That's what's going to determine the overall loan amount, right? So a couple of things. If the appraised value comes in at or above the sales price that you've got under contract for, we're good to go. There's going to be no problems. If it does come in lower, we're going to need to talk about the steps that we need to go through. And I won't go through all that in this video, but just know if it comes in short, we're going to have additional things that we'll need to talk about, or if there's repairs needed as well. So let's just assume for our purposes that the appraisal is in and good to go. Once again, we're going to go back to underwriting, wrap up those final documents, everything we need for the loan. And then from there, we submit it for final loan approval. Preparing to submit for final loan approval, you will be getting something called a closing disclosure. This is a very important part of the process. The closing disclosure has to be signed at minimum 3 days before the day that we close. We typically like to get it out at least a week ahead of time or sooner, but depending on how quick your timeline is for closing on this house, just know that once that closing disclosure is sent out, we need it signed same day, right away by everyone that's on the loan application so that we can expedite our closing process. Then once that's signed and the loan is final approved, from there we go back to the title company. They do one final balance to make sure all the numbers are correct, everything's squared away. You should be getting an email from title as well as our team and all the numbers should match. Then it gets really easy. Then we just send our closing documents to the title company. They will call you, schedule a time where for either you to come into the office or go with a mobile notary to sign all that final stack of papers. And then we're just waiting to fund and record. And then when that happens, you are officially a homeowner. So that's the process, a lot of back and forth. You're mostly going to be working with my team and individuals on my team, but if anything does pop up throughout this process, you can't get a hold of them, you have a question that you need answered, and they're not available, please always call me. You've got my cell phone number. I'm here for you whenever you need it. Let's get you into this house and let's make it a nice, smooth process. Thanks.